Hi students, in the previous video we have talked about the properties of bases and how we can prepare bases. Now here we will talk about the characteristic reactions of bases. Keep watching. What are the characteristic reactions of bases? Now bases react with acids to give salt and water only. This is the first reaction, which is also known as neutralization reaction. So acid plus base gives salt plus water only. That is it. This is the reaction. Now the reaction between hydronium ions and the hydroxyl ions of the base. This is the actual neutralization reaction. Hydronium ion from the acid and hydroxyl ion from the acid. So NaOH is taken. We will take HCl. So the reaction is between these two only, OH and H here. So it is H2O is produced first and then the remaining is NaCl, sodium chloride. Easy to make. If you take HNO3 here, nitric acid is taken. So what you have? NaNO3, sodium nitrate and water, right? If you take sulfuric acid, it's a dibasic acid, so you need 2 NaOH. So that will give you 2 OH. So you get 2H2O. Yes. And the remaining is Na2SO4. So this is neutralization reaction. You can also take other bases like KOH and all. So KOH plus HCl, hydrochloric acid is taken. You get OH and H, So you get HCl plus KCl. Salt, this is salt and this is plus H2O. Water is produced. H and OH together form water and KCl, right? Plus HNO3. If you take nitric acid, what you get? Again the OH and the H. Water is produced and the remaining is KNO3, potassium nitrate. And then if you take sulfuric acid, H2SO4, dibasic acid, 2 hydrogens, so 2 KOH, that will give you 2 OH groups. So you will get 2 molecules of water and the remaining is K2SO4, potassium sulfate. If you take calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, plus if you take the hydrochloric acid, it's a divalent metal, 2 OH groups are there, so 2 HCl is required. 2 OH and 2 hydrogens from here will make 2 H2O, 2 molecules of water, Ca and Cl. So you get CaCl2, divalent metal, right? If you take HNO3, nitric acid, you need 2 HNO3. As you know, there are 2 OH groups here. So you get 2 H2O. Yes, these two will form 2 H2O and then CaNO3 whole twice. It's a divalent metal. 2 groups of nitrate group will be required. 2 NO3 will be required. Now you take H2SO4. Sulfuric acid is a dibasic acid, divalent metal, perfect match. So they go together. So nothing to do. So you get 2H2O. Why 2H2O? There are 2 H groups here. You can see that. CaSO4 is the salt form. Salt and water will be formed in this case. Now the next reaction is bases react with ammonium salts to give salt, water and ammonia gas. So base plus ammonium salt. Ammonium salt gives salt plus water plus NH3, ammonia gas. Now the ammonia is a pungent smelling gas, colorless gas with characteristic pungent odor is evolved. If you introduce a glass rod dipped in corn HCl to the gas, dense white fumes will be obtained. This is the observation. The gas also gives brown PPT if you pass it through Nessler's reagent. Test for ammonia. These are the observations that you can note. There are 3 observations possible. First is the pungent odor. Second is the dense white fumes formed when a glass rod dipped in corn HCl, concentrated hydrochloric acid, is introduced to the gas. The third is if you pass the gas through Nessler's reagent, you get a brown PPT. Now let's write a reaction with the NaOH, an alkali. Ammonium salt is taken. So what you get? Salt, NaCl plus water and ammonia. Yes, monovalent and is monovalent, is perfectly balanced. Now NH4Cl plus you can take KOH, another alkali. If you take what you get KCl here, potassium chloride, water and NH3. Now ammonia is the pungent smelling gas which is evolved. NH4Cl plus if you take calcium hydroxide, another base. So what you get here? You get CaCl2. Calcium is a divalent metal. 2 NH4Cl will be required. And there are 2 OH groups, so 2 molecules of water. And 2 NH4 is taken, so you get 2 NH3. 2 NH3. So ammonia gas is evolved in this. Okay. Now, the next reaction is alkalis react with aqueous solutions of metallic salts to form insoluble metal hydroxide precipitate. Metallic salts, we have calcium, copper sulfate, ferrous sulfate, ferric chloride and magnesium sulfate. Now this reaction is used for detection of cations because the now if you take this has to be NaOH, sodium hydroxide, alkali is taken, CuOH whole twice, 2 NaOH because it will be divalent metal. It will give you a whitish blue PPT, whitish blue precipitate. So this is used for detection of cations. This can help us identify the metal. So you get Na2SO4 as the byproduct and the salt. So double decomposition reaction. Here you can write NH4OH, another alkali can be taken. So here again you will get FeOH whole twice plus you have NH4 whole twice SO4. You need 2 molecules of this because it is divalent. This is a pale green precipitate, and some books you find it as dirty green precipitate. Now here again if you take NaOH, what you get here? FeOH whole thrice because it is trivalent, you can see FeCl3. So and NaCl. 3 NaOH because there are 3 chlorides, 3 NaCl. It is balanced. This is a brown PPT. Brown colored precipitate is formed to identify ferric ions. Okay. Now MgSO4 plus NaOH if you add sodium hydroxide, what you will get? You will get MgOH whole twice. Magnesium hydroxide. It is a now it is a divalent, so 2 NaOH plus Na2SO4. Now this is a white PPT, white colored precipitate. So these are the characteristic reactions of bases. So students, I hope you understood the reactions, characteristic reactions of bases in this. So continue watching, and you can subscribe the channel and like it, put your questions as comments, and in the next video I will be discussing about salts, their methods of preparation and their properties. Thank you.